maybe you should do something about it. I'm Steve Grossman, and one of the observations I've made during these past weeks and months when the world has gone absolutely crazy with our new president, and really with the outgoing old president too, and this was going on during the last president's term as well, is that people are just like going crazy. And I just had this thought earlier this week, well, do something about it. We live in a time when everyone complains. Complaining has kind of become the art form of our day and our lives and the season that we're all living. And one of the things I just noticed is, when you ask people how they're doing, they can't just say, I'm doing great. They have to go, well, I'm really busy and I've got this problem and I've got that problem and I've got this problem and I've got that problem. All right. We all have problems. We all have things going on. And, the world is going insane right now. And I know there's a lot of change and it's really quick, and I won't get political at all. But my point here is do something. And I don't mean that cruelly. I don't mean it like, well, Biden and even Trump, I think, said, or people are joking about, learn to code and things like that. I don't mean that. What I mean is a biblical principle that is really important to me. It's a foundational part of my course. In fact, it's the first two sections of my course. And that is design and desires, and how God uses those, puts them in us, but also draws out of us those things that are about our design, our passions, not our passions, but our abilities, our talents, our giftings, the things that come naturally to us. And then our desires, the things that interest us. And when I look at the world right now and all the ranting that's going on, people are obviously passionate, right? Like, that's a good thing. And the point I want to make today on you is, if you're passionate about something and you have an ability to do something about it, maybe that's a piece that you should pay attention to. That there's a reason why you're designed that way, why you have that desire, why this thing is so upsetting or so encouraging or so exciting. I don't know what it is, but it should form part of motivation, not all of motivation. That's more complicated than that. But it should motivate us. In fact, there's a scripture about this that I want to bring up. So let me pull that up here. And it is actually, there's actually several, but it's about Jesus having compassion, right? And so that's really what I'm looking at, and what I'm thinking about is that, have you got desires in you that are pointing you in a direction and driving you in a direction? Well, Jesus modeled this. So let's see, Matthew 14:14 says, when he went ashore, he saw a large crowd and felt compassion for them and healed the sick. Seeing the people, he felt compassion for them because they were distressed and dispirited like sheep without a shepherd. That's Matthew 9:36. Let's see, there's another one about Matthew 15:32, not to focus too much on Matthew, but anyway, well, I'll tell you what, Luke 7:13 says, when the Lord saw her, he felt compassion for her and said to her, do not weep. And so these things that are driving us all crazy, I want to suggest that they're actually supposed to be driving us crazy, and they are driving you crazy in a specific way that is unique to you, in that the way that you are designed with the desires that you have. And often those are the very thing that we should look to and embrace, not just complain, but embrace and have a thought of, maybe we should do something about it. Maybe we could do something about it. Maybe there is something to be done, and it's in you what that is. And I absolutely believe that's the case. That's always how innovation, changes, great ideas have come about, when, like Jesus, we've had compassion, other desires towards moving in a direction. So I encourage you to follow those. They're from God, and we need what you have inside you. Hope this helps. Thanks.